We didn't take care of the ball tonight, so we had 18 turnovers. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster there. Myself included, we forced the drive too much. I'm just drove in the paint without nowhere to go. And I think we started playing tight, so I think you just got to go out there and just play, just be loose. But I think we just had too many turnovers.
Isaac, what did Butler do to make things difficult around the basket for you guys?
I feel like they just got us out of our sweet spot, and we didn't really get deep post-ups like we wanted, and just the hooks weren't falling for us tonight, and we weren't playing smart.
Isaac, what do you think happened? You guys pretty much had the lead in the first half, and Butler kind of got the edge at halftime by 4, and then took off in the second half. What happened in that span there?
Like Ray said, we just had a bunch of turnovers. You know, we weren't being smart with the ball, and we just weren't making great decisions with it, and that allowed them to get a jump, and that's how they got ahead.
Ray, how surprised are you? You said you thought you guys played tight. Does that surprise you, considering kind of the maturity and the start that you guys have shown this year?
No, it doesn't surprise me. Butler's a good team. We play some good teams, but I mean that's a top 15 team we just played. So we're on a big stage. When we turn the ball over early, just naturally you get tight. So you make some mistakes, they scoring and things like that. So I mean, we just got to bounce back from it and take care of the ball.
Caleb, you had 25 points and 10 rebounds, but the number that's probably going to bother you is the 7 turnovers. What led to that? Was it just the way they were kind of slapping the ball? Why do you think they had so many turnovers?
There was a couple of them where I was trying to force you to the post early. You know, they're a better team than we played in the past, so I just wasn't there every time, and I was still trying to get it to the guys. So that mainly was the biggest thing was.
The threes you made there at the end to kind of give you guys a chance. It seems like you respond sometimes to urgency as a shooter. That kind of hurts. You made a lot of clutch shots as a jump shooter.
Definitely, when it's closer to the end of the game, I want to do anything it takes. If it's a rebound still or a shot, I always want to try to make that play as much as I can to put my team in the best situation possible.
Ray, I mean, I know you had done them most of the time, but you basically shut them out. But have you ever seen a guy with Roosevelt Jones, weird, awkward offensive game?
Roosevelt Jones is a good player, so he has a different type of game. He's a good player in different ways. He rebounds the ball, plays extremely hard, plays defense. He makes shots when his team needs him. So I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it works for him. So I mean, I wouldn't say I've never seen someone play like that, but he's a guy. I mean, you can tell he works on it. So when he works on something that's so long, it comes natural to you. He had a good night tonight for his team.
Ray, what should your team learn from this? Take from it.
We got to play hard the whole game. We got to listen to huddles. We got to take care of basketball. We got to hit early. We got box out. They had 15 offensive rebounds, so we can't let not to say just because we're bigger, somebody should get the rebound, but we got to box out. We got to do the little things that we talked about, and we just got to learn from it and move on. It's over with. Nothing we can do about it right now. We got to focus on Vandy on Tuesday.
Ray, what did you guys do to the Butler guard over 12?
I mean, sometimes shooters, you have an off night. He get back in the gym, he make shots the next game, but they have a lot of good players. You can't just focus on one guy. It's an NCAA team. NCAA teams have a lot of good guys that can get you anyway. So he didn't have a good night, but the other guys did for him.
Did you come in thinking that that's the guy you wanted to stop when the offense goes through him?
I mean, when you have the individual matchups and you just want to go out there and play hard. So I was assigned to him. I just want to go out there and play hard.
I think you guys haven't had a night where the team took away, paid away, and then you guys also not shoot well from 3. I think 4 of 16 tonight. How did the poor shooting affect things? You not letting them keep clogging the paint a bit.
I think it kind of let us get frustrated with ourselves and among ourselves. But I think we did a good job towards the end of picking that back up. But unfortunately, we needed to have done that earlier in the game to get back in it. But we'll be able to fix that and take that into our game Tuesday.
Ray, the second half defense, some of it's had to do with the turnovers. What did you need to do? What do you need to do to get better on defense moving forward?
Yesterday?
Well, the second percent of their shot on better than the second.
Oh.
A lot of that had to do with the
Yeah,
turnover.
they got on transition, we turned the ball over. I mean, we had some breakdowns, and when you break down, they're gonna score. It's a good team, it's a good offensive team, so they just prey on your breakdowns, and we had some breakdowns, they got easy buckets, they got open jumpers, so but you gotta shore that up. I mean, Vandy's a completely different team than Butler, so I mean, it's not a lot of teams like Butler where they can spread you like that, but it's a good team. We just gotta learn from it and be ready to go into it.
Take one more for the guys. I think you guys knew Travis to be a tough matchup too, the way he can play inside out. How did you guys do?
He did a really good job of picking pop. He had a couple threes on us, and we had to go out and guard him. And sometimes we got lost up on defense with the switches, and he was able to just ball fake and drive in, and he made some good plays for him.
All right, thank you guys.
I have one turnover.
Well, there's a lot of different ones. I don't think you have a common denominator. We just didn't make good decisions. I mean, if you look at the game, you look at the box score, it's the difference in the game. They gave themselves a chance. I didn't think they played that well offensively. Obviously, we didn't play that well offensively. We did a poor job, I thought, closing out and keeping Jones in front of us and keeping Travis in front of us. Both of those guys and their ability to drive the ball and be around the basketball gave us problems. At times, you didn't even know who was guarding them. They were blown by those guys, and we wanted to go into the game and shut down Kellen Dunham and put a guard on Martin and try to nullify him. So I felt comfortable in that approach, and then it really was going to open up some things to those other guys because we didn't have to give too much help to Kellen Dunham. Ray could just stay with him. And I just said, but you have to contain the dribble. You have to keep Travis in front of you. You have to keep Roosevelt Jones in front of you. And he's unique. Roosevelt Jones is unique. What he does there, he does against everybody. But you got to keep those other guys away from creating offense for themselves and other people. And we didn't do that. And I thought they were tougher. I thought Butler was tougher than we were.
They did a pretty good job with their big man. Caleb did get his 25, but Hammonds didn't have too big of an impact.
Yeah.
What were they able to do to somewhat offset their size?
I just thought we had to be more patient, and I didn't really think they did a whole lot different than anybody else would do. You get the ball inside Isaac twice, he gets a shot block twice, he drops the ball, and he lets a 5'11" guy take the ball from him. So you just have to be fundamentally sound when you're that big, because you do have an advantage, and when you're not, you get your shot block and get things taken away from you. But they really didn't do anything different than we expected. You just have to be patient. You have to take care of the basketball. You have to keep giving yourself a chance. If that means having a longer offensive possession, you got to have a longer offensive possession. And our guys are just trying to kind of go for the kill sometimes in terms of passing the basketball and making decisions.
Yeah.
Of all the things you can say after a loss,
Mhm.
the words that I thought they were tougher than us, does that frustrate you?
It's just factual. We'll see if they're actually tougher. They played tougher today. We'll see as the season goes, where that puts us in our toughness level. That's the only thing we can control. But, when we've got experienced guys playing like they're not experienced, you're going to get beat. We need some guys that have played and been through some things to play like it. And tonight we didn't get that.
Matt, were you kind of there referring to, even though PJ had 7 assists, 1 turnover, collectively, defensively, were you very happy with Thompson and Hill's defense?
Well, the turnovers from Hill is what kept him out of the game. And so, I just thought, Tyler Lewis was better than whoever was guarding him. He played better. He made a couple tough shots if you could live. It's like Whiteman making a couple shots. We have really big people. And so you live with some of those things, but you got to keep the ball in front of you with the other guys. Travis driving the basketball, Tyler driving the basketball, Roosevelt Jones. It's all we discuss. You got to be able to do that and just kind of look at the points in the paint. Look at our size and look at their team. They have more points in the paint, and so they understood how to manufacture some points and get some things done where we had to show more patience and discipline, and they didn't show it.
Matt, what can you take away from this game that'll help you down the road?
You can't put yourself in the position that we put ourselves in. We had to burn all of our timeouts so we wouldn't get blown out. They're pushing the game like that. We had Pretty good lead in the first half, and we let that go. So we have no momentum going into the first half. We keep Hamlin's on the bench because it is a one-possession game. At the time, it ends up being 2 possessions at half. So you feel pretty good about yourself there. But, more along the lines of just being tough and being mentally tough. And that mental toughness comes in the turnovers. You have to be able to play without turning the ball over.
What is the challenge in dealing with Roosevelt Jones? I asked Ray Felt.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a guy with his
I have not.
skill
I
set?
have not, especially the way he flicks it up there at the basket. And, he's so many guys that are players want to be something that they're not. I think we want to all be that way as people. When you look at other people, well, I wish I could be like him. I wish I could be this player. I wish I could be that player. In reality, everybody else is taken. Just be yourself. He's his own guy. He doesn't try. He can't shoot. Period. He can't shoot, and he's a great player. Think about that. It would drive 99% of all other guards who played this game in college crazy that they couldn't shoot, and he's cool with it. He just wants Butler to win, and that's maybe what I take, George, from your question. That's what I'll take out of it, is that emulate guys of that nature. And I always tell the story about Ronald Nord not starting in their second Final Four team. And they interviewed him. Probably one of you guys asked the question. They said, "Are you upset in this, this Final Four about, not starting?" He goes, "Well, I didn't come to Butler to start. I came to Butler to win." And I've always thought that was a great line by someone who just did whatever he took, and he sacrificed a lot for them to win. And so I've always had a lot of respect for their program. And guys like Roosevelt Jones, he doesn't care. He's not going to shoot any threes. He's not going to shoot perimeter jump shots. He's just going to win. And that's what I'm going to take from this game.
Anybody, 2 more things.
Go ahead.
Anybody can have a bad shooting night, but is that 0 for 12 one reflection on how good a defender?
Rayfield Davis can really defend. That didn't, and I have all the respect for Kellen Donovan in the world. He scored 25 on us 2 years ago. And Rayfield Davis can really defend. And I feel confident when we put him on. We got to get Ray to give us something on the other end of the court too. And tonight he didn't. He was great on one end, on the other end of the court. He wasn't. He's got to be the two-way player for us. But he can shut people down. I've seen him do it to a lot of people. And I'll answer all this after the season's over, because I don't want to bring up the names that he shut down, because we still got plenty coming up. But he's, for a guy who absolutely did not know what he was doing 3 years ago, to be where he is defensively, he's been great for our program. He's a leader, and he's a tough guy, but he'll bounce back. So yeah, Nate, but.
And so you heard Rayfield mention that you thought they played high.
Yes.
You see that same thing?
No
That's
question.
surprising.
You have to, when you play good team defensive groups, you just have to wear them down. You got to have a little more resolve than they do. Those guys had more discipline than we did. When we couldn't get the ball inside, or we didn't get something off a play or whatever, you have to move people, you have to run offense, and just show that discipline. And we didn't do that. And then you could see that with a couple of our guys, where they play tight. Should I shoot? Should I not shoot? Then when you do end up shooting, now that being indecisive, you're not going to make them. And then we had so many plays and so many shots out of rhythm from people, and you kind of get to it with guys. You got to compete, you got to play hard, but you can't play through your offense. And when you play through your offense, it's going to affect everything else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.